All right, a good trailhead map. I love it. So quick overview, what we're going to do. I'm parked here at Snowgrass Flat parking lot. I'm going to walk over to Berry Patch, and then I'm going to start up this Goat Ridge trail here. Going to go up above and have a view down of Goat Lake. May go up to Hawkeye Point. We'll see how I'm feeling. It's pretty good elevation gain. Come back around over here to Snowgrass Flat. Get on the bypass trail and camp somewhere over in this area. And then we'll see how the wind is tomorrow, but I may jump up on the Pacific Crust Trail and go up toward Old Snowy, or I may come down over here to Cispus Pass and climb up there and see what that's like. I may do that one tomorrow and then save Old Snowy for the next day after that. So that's pretty much it. Pretty much the standard loop here in the Goat Rocks Wilderness. And as the sign says, hopefully after Labor Day and on a Tuesday during the midweek, that should hopefully not be as bad, but I'm sure I'll still see people out there. One thing that I'm doing that maybe not a lot do on this trail is hammock camping. Pretty easy, or I shouldn't say easy, but easier because it's just myself as opposed to a group. So I will be looking for some hammock hanging spots along the way. So anyway, stay tuned. Let's go do this. Just getting started here on Goat Ridge Trail, number 95. I want to give a shout out to a couple of fellow hammockers on hammock forums that gave me some beta on this trip. I know that the probably next water source is up at Jordan Basin, and that there are some camping spots up on that bypass trail for hammocks. So anyway, shout out to Vivian and Bob for getting me that information right before I left, so much appreciated. I expect this part of the trail is just going to kick my butt today. A lot of elevation gain up to Goat Lake. Well, I just turned around and I wasn't even looking for the mountain, and it was like boom right there. So that is Mount Adams. Beautiful, just beautiful. I'm not sure where I'm going to go today, but you know, I'm just going to get out here and enjoy it. If I don't do the ridge line like I hope, that's fine. I'll probably kind of hunker down tonight and find some trees, so I don't know if I'll get over to the bypass or not, but this is just gorgeous. We got a little bit of a view going uphill here. Sorry for any wind, it's just a windy day. I just passed a couple that were coming downhill, and one of them was in a shoe and a sock on the other foot. And they said they just got crushed last night by the wind, that her shoe had actually literally blown away, and they were lucky to save the pack, and they recommended keeping everything in the tent tonight. They were going to stay another night, but decided to go back early today. No surprise why. They're still smiling though. Well, one nice thing about continuing to climb up here is you start getting views, and that just puts a little bit of energy in the tank, keeps you motivated, keeps you going. Well, a few more views along the trail here. You can see Mount Ranier in the distance there. I'm just so thankful to get good views today. So the winds have been out of the west, and conditions have been nice, just, you know, sunny and all that, a little chilly. So I was really looking forward to being up here, climbing the ridge, etc. But man, the wind shifted. It's like a red flag warning out. And now they're coming out of the east, which may not normally be a problem, but there's a huge fire over in eastern Washington, kind of near Yakima. So last night when I came here, I almost thought about turning around because I camped at Chambers Lake last night, and it was just socked in. You couldn't really see anything. There's just so much ash in the air and smoke and everything else. But I got up to pee last night and see stars, and then this morning it's kind of cleared out, so we'll kind of see how the day goes. I may camp a little bit lower down in elevation if I can find a place that has some protection, just because the wind is supposed to still be pretty high. Gusts of anywhere, I think, between 30 miles an hour tonight. Hopefully Wednesday, today's Tuesday, hopefully Wednesday and Thursday will be less and less. You can see over there in the distance, Mount St. Helens, that's the third big mountain that I expected to see from this trail. A little bit of haze over there, some smoke, so hopefully it'll stay over there. I'm on the leeward side of this ridge, so it's kind of nice right now, getting a little break from the wind. I didn't expect the back part of this, the Jordan Basin, to be so pretty. God. So I just passed a couple people on trail and then a couple people camping back there. And every time I ask everybody how it was camping last night, they just have like a crazy look and they just shake their heads like, oh my God, you had to experience it. Just views around every corner. I sure tell you, climbing up elevation is a lot easier when you've got scenery like this. I don't even notice. It could be like 1,000 foot more, but you're just like, oh, I got to get over there and see what's around the next corner. Oh, love it. Love it, love it, love it. You kind of see the trail just beyond the shadow here, and then further up there. People camping back over here. And Mount St. Helens in the background. Little marmot. This is Jordan Creek, a little basin that we're down in here. You can kind of see some folks up on the trail, give you some perspective of how big this is. Well, it was a good spot to stop and have some lunch. Had a salami sandwich. Nice views of St. Helens back there in the background. There's a couple that was camping over here. And they said yesterday that the smoke came in about 2 o'clock. So I said, well, I better get my views in before 2 o'clock then. Here, got a little bit of water. Got the creek flowing next to me. Kind of past season for the flowers. I guess the benefit is that you get less mosquitoes at this time of year. And man, I can just, at least I think it's wind, but you can just hear it coming up over that ridge. I'll be curious to see if it just blasts me when I get up there. So food plan this time was pretty easy. Or kept it simple, I should say. I've got salami sandwiches for lunch and dinner for 4 meals. And then breakfast. I decided I kind of wanted to go as light as possible, so I left the jet boil back in the car and didn't bring a lot of extra food, so it's not really too far mileage wise. Should be fine, and I'm sure I'll appreciate it not having a lot of extra food weight at the end of this trip, which, you know, it's sometimes hard not to have that. Well, you can probably see it, but right over this ridgeline, wow, you can see where the wind is just blowing over us. And it literally sounds like a wind tunnel just coming down this little valley. Well, I got a nice little view here of the valley. The ridge line up there. It's beautiful. You know, if these trees next to me are moving and there's just like nothing for the wind to blow, it's gonna be gusting. That's the view down the Jordan Basin. It's just wonderful today. I gotta stop using wonderful, beautiful, amazing. I just keep repeating that. In the background, that is Mount Adams. Got a little spot out of the wind here, but wow, it was really gusting back there. that's one of the fires you can see to the south of us. You can see Mount Adams and just the tip of Mount Hood sticking out. So I'm not sure where that one's from, but a lot of smoke coming off of that. I'm up on the Lily Basin Trail. I'm not going to go down in this basin, but I just want to give you a quick view of what it looks like. Mount Ranier in the background. Lovely, just beautiful, awesome, fantastic. Like when I have a new drinking game that every time I say wonderful or beautiful, you all have to drink. So it's just too much. All right, well, it's not windy. We're going to swing around. It's a little bit in the sunshine, but there's Mount Adams. Also looking beautiful, and you can just barely see, like on the right flank here, the top of Mount Hood popping up. And way over here is a forest fire. So far, not too bad. Swing around a little bit further. This is Goat Ridge, or Goat Rocks over here, on my way up to Hawkeye Point. So I'll give you a view of hopefully Goat Lake from up there. Ooh, baby. Wind is crazy. It's about knocking me over. This is the climb up Hawkeye Point. Just kind of following a rocky ridge now. Ooh, baby. This might be my high point for the trip. We'll see. This is windy tomorrow. There's no way I'm going to go up on the ridge line over there by Goat Rocks and Old Snowy and all that, but we'll see. Never know. Coming out, boy, I can't even see my screen, but it goes down that ridge down there. It looks pretty nice. All right, I finally figured out if I like lay down, I can get out of the wind here. So that is Goat Rocks. There's a trail that goes pretty much along the rim of that. That's the PCT. I don't know if I'll get up there tomorrow or not. Let me explore a little bit. Just depends on the wind conditions. And then this is kind of facing east then. You can kind of see the haze in the distance. I'm surprised actually it's not as bad. Right, the wind stopped for a second. This is Goat Lake, and you can see the trail that winds through the valley all the way over there. I want to be on that today. That is, I believe, Snowgrass Flats over there, so I'm going to camp in the trees, but beautiful. That lake is just so blue. All right, one last look at Hawkeye Point and Mount Ranier. Definitely worth getting up there if you can. All right, we're just coming into views here of Goat Lake. I think there's normally people camping here. I think the wind scared people away. I'm having myself a little snack here. Just admiring Goat Lake. Beautiful. Drink. Well, it doesn't look like I have to worry about fording Goat Lake Creek, or Goat Creek, I don't know what it is. Looks like a pretty easy rock hop. Well, there's a few wildflowers left, but I'd say most of them are past prime. I'm sure it's beautiful up here whenever it's just blooming. Quick little video of the hammock setup. Found a little spot. Still get some breeze through there, but about as much protection as I could find, so we'll see what tonight brings. It's not bad right now. Got a nice view looking out this way of up by where Goat Lake's at. And a water source pretty close by. So I guess it is possible to hammock on the Goat Rocks Wilderness Loop. Now that is some kind of mushroom. Good morning from the hammock. Whew. I guess you could say I slept in a little bit, but wow, what a night. It was crazy with the wind. Nice view. This morning, yeah, I might change my plans today. I might, I don't know if it's going to be very fun going up on the ridge line. I might try to go up there at least to the PCT and check that out, but it was just gusting last night, blowing hard. Whew, still today. You can tell my tarp's a little loose, but both trees were swaying. I was swaying. It was nutty. Up and at 'em, day 2. It's a little bit more smoky in the valley down there, as you can see. So still nice and blue sky here. Plan today is to get up to maybe Old Snowy, we'll see. It's not windy right now, but it's just been really windy. So I don't think I'll be able to walk on the ridge, but my hope is that at least to Old Snowy it won't be too bad and I can get some views. I don't even know if I need to get up on top of Old Snowy, just to the ridge line at least. So that's the plan today, and then I may head out a day early. I was gonna plan on staying until Thursday, but I may head out today, which is Wednesday. And you know, I just don't know what the smoke's gonna bring. And then the wind last night, now I'm like, wow, that was crazy last night. So I might call an audible. And then my plan after this little 2 or 3 day trip is to go see my daughter down in Central Oregon. So I'm looking forward to that. And any more time with her is just gonna be wonderful. So, all right, well, I'll check in with you later today. Should be a nice day, I hope. All right, let's talk a little bit about hammock camping. It's definitely easier being an individual out here and trying to find spots. If you're trying to find 2 spots or 3 spots or whatever that are right next to each other, it gets kind of tricky. The camera may not show it real well, but you know, a lot of trees right here. You know, it's just a trick of finding a couple that are together without a dead or widowmaker nearby. Or you might find a clump of trees like this one over here that's pretty thick. You know, and you might find one spot in there, or you know, you might be out here a little bit more exposed, but you might luck out and get a spot there. So it's definitely doable. Like I say, I think it's easier if you go at it with the attitude like, hey, we might not camp right next to each other, and then you know, you'd probably be okay. But if over here on the bypass trail, I think there's quite a bit of tree cover over there too, so there might be a lot of options. But yeah, not too bad. I think it's a go. Temperature last night got down to 42. The gear I've got probably takes me down to 20, so very comfortable sleeping weather for me, with the exception of the tarp was blasting up against me because of the wind, and sometimes the whole, like, everything was moving. Both trees are moving. I was bouncing up and down. I was worried I was going to get seasick a little bit, but it was all right. Slept in a little bit till 8:30 and got on the trail by about 9 o'clock this morning. So did have a little sleep in because of a restless night. But hey, we're off and running now. A lot of these trails are signed, but you'll see like all these, like you get to a junction here of Snowgrass Trail and Lily Basin, and you got like one goes back there, one goes back there, one goes back there, one goes back there, one goes back there. All right, so my plan right now is I'm going to go up to, from I guess where the junction of Lily Basin Trail and Snowgrass Trail is, up to the junction of PCT. I don't know if that's just the extension of the Snowgrass Trail. I'm guessing that it is. So we're going to get up to the PCT. The wind the last 45 minutes has been really nice. It's settled down, so it could just be because I've been in more trees, or maybe it's, I know Monday and Tuesday were supposed to be the worst, and today's Wednesday, and it's starting to settle down, so we'll see. All right, I'm looking forward to this. We're going to be up above Timberline again, and some views, and we'll see if we make it over to Old Snowy or not. Original plan was to, there's a kind of a knife edge ridge line up here, and that's where I was going to go, but it's kind of crazy just by itself without any extra wind gusts and all that, so we'll see. Just play it by ear and lollygag around. Got all these other side trails still. Hopefully I'm still on the right one. I'll check here in a little bit. Making steady progress up the Snowgrass Flats Trail, up to the junction of the PCT. A little update from the PCT. So heading up toward the Goat Rocks Traverse, whatever you call it. And I just passed the lady who was coming back down. She decided not to do it. She said there's 4 thru hikers just ahead, and one of them had their tent just ripped in half by the wind the other night. So this gal is apparently sleeping with 2 other guys in their 2-person tent, so that ought to be exciting. And I'm sure they're just wondering what they should do. I don't know when they would have resupplied food last, if that had been Trout Lake or what, but just gives you a sense of how crazy it is. So I'm just going up here. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. Pretty much on flat trail. If I start feeling like it gets too sketchy, I'll just turn around. But stop for some food, little lunch. I'm just tucked in here tight to these rocks. Talk quickly. There's the PCT, and it follows up over those ridges. And that's supposedly the fun part. That's not going to happen today. Well, that is the PCT southbound and northbound, and I just came to my junction for bypass Trail 97. Not really signed, at least on the southern portion of it. So I'm cruising down the bypass trail here. It's very pleasant. A couple water sources and some nice places to hammock. So If you're a hammock camper, I might look over in this area. And it's not too overgrown with trees, or they're not too bunched up or tight. Now that, I mean, these trees are huge. That's probably about the width of my hiking pole. So, I'll just give you some ideas. Not very sheltered, but I'm definitely not getting the wind that I was up higher up or closer toward Goat Lake. So, anyways, just want to show you what it looks like in case you're thinking about bringing the hammock. Kind of going to wrap this up. Got a couple miles maybe to the car. Great trip, very beautiful. A great loop. Definitely highlights for the Jordan Basin. That was unexpected and beautiful. And then I went up to Hawkeye Point, which kicked my butt, but that was great. Views of all the big mountains around the area, and then down to Goat Lake. This was right after Labor Day weekend, so I didn't see a lot of people on the trail. Which was nice, but overall, really nice. I mean, I'm doing it in 2 days. You could definitely add a couple more days in there. You could kind of go exploring, do some off-trail. You could go over to the Sept Basin and just enjoy the beauty up here. So, all told, definitely one of the highlights. I can see why people that hike the PCT think this is one of the beautiful, or more beautiful sections that they come across. And I only got a taste of a little bit of that. So. All right, like I said, a couple miles down to the parking lot and the car, and then 40-minute ride down the gravel road to the paved road, which is kind of in the middle of nowhere. So got that going on, and then I've got another, maybe a couple more trips coming up out here in the northwest. Hope to do some stuff around the Three Sisters Wilderness area, so that might be coming up here in a while. Anyways, thanks for watching. If there's anything on the rest of this trip that's still pretty, I'll show you that. But otherwise, that's it. Thanks. Jeez. That is one dirty trail.